everyone and welcome to this video lecture of English Elective Kaleidoscope. Today I will explain the rest part of the poem Kubla Khan written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. I have already explained up to line 41. Up to line 41, Coleridge mentions one woman who was playing dulcimer, an instrument, and she was also singing the song of Mount Abora. Now from line 42 to 48, could I revive within me her symphony and song, to such a deep delight would win me that with music loud and long I would build that dome in air, that sunny dome, those caves of eyes, and all who heard should see them there. Now, here Coleridge, or the speaker, looks back on the powerful music he heard in that vision. He can describe it to us, but he can't really get back to experiencing that intense feeling. And yet he is longing for that experience, for the sense of wonder that disappeared with that vision. Coleridge wants to revive the music here, to bring it back to life. If he could tap into the power of that vision, he imagines that it would inspire him and allow him to create amazing things himself. The music of the Abyssinian maid would feel him, and he could make his own music loud and long. The music would let him bring back the spirit of Xanadu, to build that dome in air. Coleridge wants to listen that music, to feel that music in him, and he wants to bring back the spirit of Xanadu, the place, the imaginative place he imagined, and he wants to build a dome in the air. Total imagination here he is depicting. These all sounds pretty strange at first. When you think about it, though, this is a great description of what artists do. Composer, poets, musician all build things in the air. They use words or sounds to make their vision come to life. Even though the speaker says he wishes he could do relieve the musical experience, that's actually what Coleridge is doing in this poem. He uses his words to transport us, like he says in line 48, and all who heard should see them there. So this is the explanation of up to line 48. Now line 49 to 54. And all should cry, beware, beware. His flashing eyes, his floating hair, weave a circle around him thrice. And close your eyes with holy dread, for he on honeydew had fed and drunk the milk of paradise. Now, this is the last stanza, the last one explanation by Coleridge here. But this vision isn't just about a dome. When the speaker calls up Xanadu, he also calls up a strange spirit, and this other creature is a lot scarier than the palace, the caves, or the ocean. You know, in those horror movies, when a bunch of kids say a magic word 3 times and call up an evil creature, that's pretty much the idea here. The speaker imagines that his vision has become so real that it can actually scare people and make them cry out, beware, beware. He describes a terrifying figure, complete with flashing eyes and floating hair. This creature is so scary that you have to perform rituals to protect yourself from a demon. Weave a circle around him thrice. Who is this weird spirit? The speaker doesn't say exactly, he might be talking about himself. Maybe his song and his vision have become so powerful that he has turned into a kind of god, eating honeydew and drinking the milk of paradise. Perhaps, maybe these images are reference of opium Coleridge took, which made this vision possibly in the first place. Or maybe this is a final vision of Kubla Khan turned into some kind of strange new creature. What really sticks with us, though, is that super intense image, made even more exciting by its mysterious description. So, in the last stanza, Coleridge says that by listening that music, that instrument by that Abyssinian women, he just felt like, or he just imagines like that he has that flashing eyes and the floating hair, and he wants to weave or he wants to draw that dome in the air there. He wants to protect himself. He wants to close his eyes and he wants to feel the same amount of imagination there. Now, the overall summary of this poem is here, that the unnamed speaker of this poem tells us of how a man named Kubla Khan travelled to the land of Xanadu. In Xanadu, Kubla found a fascinating pleasure dome that was a miracle of rare device, because the dome was made of caves of ice and located in a sunny area. The speaker describes the contrasting composition of Xanadu. While there are gardens blossoming with incense bearing trees and sunny spots of greenery across the deep romantic chasm in Xanadu, there are caverns and sunny spots of greenery that are measureless to man, and a fountain from which huge fragments vaulted like rebounding hail. Amid this, in between this hostile atmosphere of nature, Kubla also hears ancestral voices professing war. However, Kubla finds relief from this tumultuous atmosphere through his discovery of the miraculous sunny pleasure dome made of ice. How can a cave be sunny and it is made of ice at the same time? This cannot be possible, because these are the contrasting image. When something is sunny, then it cannot be icy. Understood? In the last stanza of the poem, the narrator longs to revive a song about Mount Abora that he once heard a woman play on a dulcimer. The speaker believes that the song would transport him to a dream world in which he could build that dome in the air, and in which he can drink the milk of paradise. He wants to build he wants to build that dome in the air, and he wants to drink the milk of paradise. He wants to experience the heavenly pleasure. Now, the analysis of this poem. A recurring motive throughout Coleridge poetry is the power of dreams and of imaginations, such as in his poem Frost at Midnight, Dejection and Ode, and in Christabel. These are his poems. In Discovery and Domestic Affliction in Coleridge and Shelley, Michel Levy explains that Coleridge's fascinations with the unknown reflects the larger cultural obsession of the Romantic period. Perhaps the most fantastical world created by Coleridge lies in Kubla Khan. The legendary story behind the poem is that Coleridge wrote the poem following an opium influenced dream. In this particular poem, Coleridge seemed to explore the depth of dreams and creates landscapes that could not exist in reality. The sunny dome with caves of ice exemplifies the extreme fantasy of the world in which Kubla Khan lives. Similar to the several of Coleridge's other poems, the speaker's admiration of the wonders of nature is present in Kubla Khan. Yet, what is striking and somewhat different about the portrayal of nature in this particular poem is the depiction of dangerous and threatening aspects of nature. For example, consider the passages given above or given in your book. So that's all the explanation of the poem, the line by line analysis of the poem. That's a complete summary and explanation of this poem. Till my next video, keep listening, keep reading, keep examining, introspecting, and be safe. Thank you.